Good morning, bookers. Welcome to What the Book on this amazing Sunday morning. I am Cintra Sullivan, international best-selling author. Welcome to What the Book and the best next hour of your entire life. Well, at least for this week. Anyway, let's go with that. Good morning, Kaya Carrington Russell.
Good morning, my sunshine. How are you today?
Good. You know, there is sunshine. There's a chance of me getting some washing done. Look, not all can be bad. Of course, welcome MB Davis. Good morning, Mark.
Hello, ladies. How's it going?
Too easy. Very good. Nice and sunny here. Is it, well, I was going to say, is it sunny there? But then that just sounded really stupid, assuming that it's 7 p.m. where you are.
It's 4 p.m. Yeah, I know. We're so big in the States. I don't know. It's 4 p.m. here, and it is sunny. It was cloudy this morning, and it burned off. And in honor of that and the show, I've got a nice IPA.
What you got?
I posted Elysian Space Dust IPA.
Elysian
nice.
Space Dust. Good Lord.
Yeah, Space Dust.
Good
that sounds
Lord.
like a trip and a half if I've never heard of it before.
I don't know. We don't get all this stuff out here. I don't know. There's a few microbreweries around, and there is some bizarre cans that you can buy, but most of them are imported over. So there is some. I don't see with the ones that you put up. I don't see here. But then I'm not a drinker, so maybe that's just it.
But we also don't go to the IPA section.
I wasn't going to say that.
That's okay.
I wasn't going to put it out there. Quickly, I'm saying, of course, good morning to Sir Miggs, Tio. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Love having you in here.
What's up, everyone?
Laville. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Welcome, Badir. Welcome. We should have a fantastic show. We have a big show, guys. Big show. Well, bookers, you just need to saddle yourself in for the next hour and hold on tight because it's a big show. We have a supremely talented guest, which I cannot wait to meet and talk to and dive into her gloriously talented brain. But we also have one of our hosts leaving today. So this is Kaya Carrington Russell's last show. We will be sad to see her go, but we're going to talk about it at the end of the show. We're keeping her happy. End of the show. Until then, she's still ours. So sucks to be you, Kaya, for the next hour.
All attitude of the fight.
We still got you.
We will deal with you in the sad bit at the end of the show. Now, our guest, I've stalked this woman for so long. I can't believe I haven't had her on here earlier, but I am so in awe of talent, and this woman has it in bucket loads. Please welcome I hope she can, her mic is working because I can see her, but I can't hear her yet. So I'm hoping this all goes really smoothly. Welcome to What the Book, Jami Lyne Kellet.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
We can hear you, which is wonderful. So we're halfway there. Welcome to What the Book.
Thank you so much.
Kaya and Mark, you guys stalk Jami?
I do now.
Absolutely.
I do, yeah, a little bit. Just in a safe way.
When anyone says a little bit, it actually rings alarm bells for me. So I was more scared about you saying you stalk her a little bit than Cintra saying she stalks her all the time.
I was trying to communicate that in the best way, and I know as soon as it came out of my mouth, I'm like, this is actually creepier somehow. I need to reel that back in. I'm going to work on that.
Jami, for the record, I stalk you in the most creepiest way you possibly can. No, I don't. I'm a totally creepy stalker. I am. You need milk in your fridge, by the way. No, I'm kidding.
I actually stalk you too. I'm so in awe of you. And when you invited me, I feel very blessed to have been invited. Thank you.
Oh, look, it's my honor to have, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for today's show. Now I want to get straight into one off the cuff question. You have a Saint Bernard.
I do. I have a Saint Bernard. His
Name
name's Teddy.
Teddy. Yes. Is that?
Mhm.
They're a big dog. That's a big dog.
He is, but he is my whole life. I love that dog so much.
When I saw that you had a Saint Bernard, I'm like, oh, that's a big dog. It's taking up half your bed, dog. That's a big dog.
It is a big dog, but he's so sweet. I think the bigger the dog, the more baby it is. So he's kind of a big baby.
Yeah, but that's a big baby to sit on your lap. That's a big boy.
It is. And he exactly does that.
Oh,
If you
really?
sit on the floor, if you sit on the floor, he's gonna be in your lap for sure.
Oh my goodness. Kaya, can you imagine your little puppy next to Teddy?
Oh my gosh, I love my dog so much, but I think I love your dog more, and I haven't even met him. So
Kaya's got a lovely little fluffy white beast.
I have a cavoodle. She is a Cavalier cross poodle, so she is sassy and all attitude and begs for food all the time. And I can't reprimand it because I do that as a kid. So
Yes, you do.
like, well, fair enough.
Absolutely. All right. So Saint Bernard Teddy, I just love him. I haven't seen him. Like, you've never put a picture up that I've seen of him. So when I saw that on your website, I was just like, oh my God, big dog, big dog. Now,
I'll have to share him again soon.
yes, absolutely. Now your talent is phenomenal. Your amazing talent. Your poetry has the ability to, I don't know if we've just had similar paths or what, but it's like you speak right into the very center of me most times, and sometimes I don't necessarily want to. I don't know. I mean this in the most respectful way, Jamie. I do, because I adore you. Sometimes when I read your poetry, it's so real, and has it connects with me on a level that not much else does. I will say it that way. What made you start writing poetry? What got you into the love of that?
Well, basically my mental health. And so the reason why I wrote poetry was to get my feelings out. And I wanted to help people also. That's mainly my actual path in life, is to help others choose life. I had a suicide attempt, and I got better through, medication and therapy and just the love of my family. And then I started writing, and I saw that the world there's so much sadness and hurt, that people carry, and I've carried it too. And so I wanted to write about it, but I wanted to show that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that there's beauty that surrounds us, and it's not just inside of ourselves. There's beauty outside of ourselves. And my whole goal basically was to show people that life is worth living, that this life is worth living, that you're worthy. And that's kind of what my message is, in a way. I know that that's like biting off it's a big chew to bite off. Like it's a big thing to bite off. And some people can't comprehend, I think, that kind of depth. But I felt like it was needed, and it came from me. I felt that way, and I thought that maybe others would feel that way too. And so that's basically why I started writing.
Do you feel that by you putting out words of such a honest and real essence to them, that you give others a voice that they perhaps didn't have or didn't think they had?
I mean, I feel like that would make me feel happy. And, that if somebody could relate to my poetry, through themselves, that maybe they didn't have a voice and maybe I could be their voice for all of the things that weren't told to me. I try to reach out to others. All of the things that I always wanted to hear, I try to give out those feelings that I desperately wanted to hear is what I try to put out in my writing.
God, I just adore you. Just adore you. Kaya, how can you not? Are you inspired?
I am. And I think it's really important for writers such as yourself to really give voice to these issues and concerns, because I know a lot of those members who are in the group chat now, and especially on this panel, can relate on different levels. And writing as a way of self-expression, but it also creates a sense of community as well, and it makes us feel not so alone. And so when, in my opinion, subject matters like this are approached, it's kind of dark and it's eerie, and sometimes not everything that you want to be confronted and read, but also you don't feel so alone, in my opinion. I think it's a really magical gift to have.
Absolutely.
I get that. Mm-hmm.
Mark?
Yeah, I was thinking. So I sent a tweet out a while ago about this this idea that I think most writers have had some kind of. I mean, most people, right? But I think writers are unique in that we find a way to channel the tough times in our life and sometimes the happy times, but we use writing. At least I know a lot of people that have connected with have said they kind of do the same thing. You use your writing to kind of make sense of things around you and process things that are going on, and somehow through the process you're able to not only make sense of it, but take this dark thing or this, and you kind of create something somehow that's beautiful that you can put out in the world. And I think there's a lot of value in our ability to do that as artists. And so, yeah, I wish I had that poetry muscle, because I'm very envious of those that do that. But I can read it and appreciate it, and I do enjoy it very much.
See, you say you don't, and yet I'm interesting, because I've had this. I'm not going to call it argument. I'm not getting out my soapbox. People, do not get on to me about this. But the lines. I want to hear your three opinions. And of course, please, if you're in the chat room, and Migs, I'm looking at you right now because we've had this debate before. I called it a debate. The line.
Call it a debate as you call one person out in the group chat.
Migs will know why. The debate, the line between calling us writing and poetry, to me, yes, Migs, I'm looking at you. To me, the line, where does the line draw between being a writer or a poet? Jami, to me, they're very different things. And yet they're also intertwined within the same use of the English language to express emotional expression. Oh God, Cynthia, you're doing real well today. I swear to God, I need another coffee.
Words.
Where does the line, author, poet, writer, where does the line, is there a line, Jami?
I really don't think that there's a line. I mean, poetry is so expressive, and there's not many rules. Some people have rules, but I mean, there's not that many rules when it comes to poetry. And I didn't think that I could write poetry, because honestly, I started writing legal thrillers. That was my goal. I was writing a legal thriller. I was writing a novel. And then I started getting into these writing sprints and, the VSS, VSS.
I love VSS.
All of the VSSs, I have 3 words poet, but all of just all of the prompts that they have in the writing community. And I started getting involved in those. And then people were like, I was like, I don't know if I'm that good or not, because I'm very factual based, actually. And I don't have like frilly, pretty words. I wish I did. I wish I could find, that really beautiful poetry, where the words just flow out. And I don't have that. Mine is more fact based. I've learned, how to be a little more creative with it over time and just practicing so much. But I'm really a fact-based writer. And so I think that talking about the mental health issue, it was very easy for me to pull into that.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have the flowery words. I think that poetry is so beautiful, but it's not me. I can't write like that. I guess everybody has, their own specialty, and how they write and, their trademark. And, mine is basically fact-based. I try to pull in a lot of nature with my writing, and because I do connect with nature a great deal. And so I'm also a photographer. And so being outside and being one with nature, and it's really healed me a lot. And I have a lot to say, about that. But it's very healing and spiritual to be, with nature. But I wish I could write those.
Your morning images that you put up when you say good morning, and there's even though it's my evening when you do that,
yes, I know,
due to time issues, the photos are so beautifully structured that they remind me that the world is a beautiful place. No matter what shit has gone on that day, no matter what I've listened to, what I've heard, both externally and internally in my head, that the world is still very beautiful. And I thank you for those images. And I do believe that they affect many, many people the same way. Miggs has just said sometimes that poetry is used to pull out thoughts and emotions beyond bounds of natural language, and very true. And Sir, with his pure emotion regarding poetry, I guess, as opposed to a novel writer. Kaya, is there a line?
I don't think there's a line so much. I think if anyone's expressing themselves onto words, then you can title yourself as you wish. I think, however, there is different construction around the two.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just, having an understanding of that. And I find personally for me, I would not consider myself as a poet, but there is, in every book that I write, there is a segment. It'll be at the start of the book, and if it's one of my longer books, there'll be one midway, and I will create a poem of sorts.
Yeah.
And I found that when I do that, it is always such a concentrated version of what my character is embodying in that part of the book and how they feel and how thought-provoking it is in a way. So I feel like their voice is very concentrated in that. And I've noticed every time I have read poetry, it feels very much like that. Maybe that's my take on it. But I think the biggest difference between them is just a different construction in the way that it needs to be presented.
Mark, what about you? Is there a line that divides a poet as opposed to, I'm going to say novelist, not writer, because I think they're all the same thing under the umbrella of writer?
So I can only speak from my personal experience. And for me, I don't know if this is going to make a lot of sense, but I'll try and explain it. The line that exists for me when I'm creating is if I care about it too much and I'm kind of concerned about the outcome, like I want it to be too good, then all of a sudden it's like it stifles it. So for me, the line is this idea that I need to be able to relax and just kind of go with the flow and just do it and let it be what it's going to be. And when I can kind of get that way with writing or music or, whatever the thing I'm creating is, that's when I have the most fun. And then when I'm having the most fun, that's when it actually it comes across in what I made. So for me, that's the line, but it's so hard to
It's a very blurred aspect, isn't it? I don't think it's definitely
hard for
not
me
black
to
and white.
make that adjustment.
Yeah.
You know, it takes some mental. You have to have the right attitude.
See, I do a lot of the VSS prompts. I love the VSS prompts, and as I see, I've had people say to me before that I do poetry, and I say I don't, and it's not out of disrespect. It's actually out of respect for those who have invested so much time in learning how to properly structure a poem, and I think it's very it's an art form that's so precise and so intense that poem-shaped stories, Migs, that's exactly right. I do a poem-shaped story because I feel that I just put thoughts down. I don't know any of the structure, and I got challenged once to do. Is it a haiku? Is it called a haiku? Is that what they're called?
Haiku, yeah.
Those things are just weird. I swear to God, they're just weird, and I'm just like, what the hell is that? So as far as there's so much structure in poetry that I don't have, I don't know have the knowledge of, that to call myself a poet would be, I think, disrespectful to those who have it. However, I do like putting thoughts down on the pages, just because of whatever VSS prompts going on at the time. Sirs asks, I'll go to Jami first. Do you write at specific times with your poetry? Do you write at specific times or with intent? Are you saying that? Is this a plotter or a pantser question, sir? It is. It's a plotter or a pantser question. Jami.
Look at him trying to get me back on the soapbox.
I know, he's trying to get me back on the soapbox. Do your poetry, what inspires you? Are they spontaneous, or are you, how does your brain tick, my darling?
Sometimes it's spontaneous. Sometimes, having a prompt word sometimes helps me. I'm very busy in my personal life. And sometimes I need like a prompt word or something to like get me started. But, most of the time I write really late at night. I write late at night because I'm a mom. I've got, kids and animals. I work a full-time job. I commute, so the best time for me to write normally is when everyone else is asleep.
And how do you fight being tired at that time, Jami? Because, that's me. Kids, job, dog.
Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. But, I love poetry. I love writing. I love getting, something down on paper, being creative. It's actually a really good outlet for me with my life being so busy. I felt like writing is just for me. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else in my family. It's something that I do just for myself. And that's kind of freeing for me. I'm used to be putting everybody first. And so me putting myself first, writing and, be doing my photography and things like that, that really helps me, nurtures me so that I can take better care of my family, take better care of myself. It's a kind of a nurturing thing for me. But then sometimes I'll sit down and I'll write a poem and it just flows out of me and I don't really think about it. And then there's times that I'm literally thinking of every single line and trying to figure out what line would, what would rhyme best. And so it just depends, I guess on the mood or how things went during the day or how creative I'm feeling at the time. But mostly at night, I write when everyone else is asleep. That's my time. I'm not impeding on anybody else's schedule.
Yeah.
It's just me, and it nurtures me.
Absolutely. I've got a poem here that I want to read of yours, if you will let me. It's from a prompt. It's
Absolutely.
from a VSS pick. So I've been scanning down your page, and this one I think is really relevant to stuff that I've been saying up on my timeline at the moment. So if you'll let me read it. With your
Please,
permission.
I would love it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. It's my pleasure for you too.
All right. Oh, is she is she a VSS pick host, Migsy? Oh, that's wonderful. I wonder if this was your pick. Oh, well, we'll find out. We'll find out afterwards. All right. Y'all sit down, take a little moment to tune into these words. These are beautiful. All right. Be who you are. I'm oversensitive, the one who gets hurt easily, taking everything to heart while tearing myself apart. I care deeply, feel deeply. I'm me, unapologetically. It's who I am. It's who I've always been. It's how I'll always be. I'm me. You be you. Isn't that beautiful?
I like that. Snaps.
I love that.
Snaps. Oh, I
Thank
like a
you.
good snaps.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's why I find a lot about your poetry is it's such a personal representation that allows, you know, an effective, of course, a branding of sorts. I mean, I know that it's a personal journey, your words and all of that, but you are also creating a brand. And we talked about this last week, I think, being, that we are our best brands that we can put forward. And when we go look through your pages, and there's the most beautiful photos that you take and poetry, and it's a very clear representation of who you are as a talented creative of the writing community.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's my whole heart. Like what you see on my page, that's my whole heart. How I interact with people, I honestly do it with my heart. I know that some people, they dismiss the idea of somebody being inspirational or, being too nice. I've been told I was too nice, things like that. But I might be the only person that person talks to all day. I want somebody to leave talking to me, feeling special. I want somebody to feel special when they come in contact with me. Like I said before, there's a lot of sadness and despair in the world right now. And if I can make somebody's day by just making them feel special, then it makes my heart happy that I've helped somebody, feel special in their self. A lot of people tell me things, in DMs and things like that, a lot of personal things, because I've reached out with my personal things and they tell me their personal things. So sometimes when I interact with people, other people in the community or who follow me, they might not know that I know that special part of that person.
Yeah.
So I know that person needs a little bit of love. They need a little bit of attention. And, so I say, I try to be really nice, but I mean it, in my heart, I mean it.
It's beautiful. I've been called too nice. I've been called that I have toxic niceness, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. And it's just it baffles me that people can accuse somebody of being too nice. I don't think there's ever such a thing. As long as it's sincere, I don't think it's ever such a thing.
Right.
Right. I guess it's like it's the intent behind that. I know that.
Right.
I know that Kaya does. Sorry, darling, I'm coming. I know that Kaya does inspirational posts daily for the same purpose to enlighten and encourage others. I do a joke. And I mean, I know it seems like a really silly quip thing to do, but I've had so many DMs from people going, that was the only laugh that I had today. My world's really, really dark and you gave me a laugh.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. And,
absolutely.
And to give somebody the ability, even if it's a 30-second uplift of their lips in a somewhat snuffly, gruffle snort or groan, that if that's the only highlight they've had in that day, it makes me go, okay, well, it's something. So, your day wasn't entirely dark. I gave, to share something. Kaya, you do it as well.
I do. But I think too, I just want to comment quickly on the being too nice thing, because I think the only thing, like, I have said this to people, and the reason why I say this is because I always have the fear that because you have people in the world that are givers, such as yourself. So I think you're too nice. Where do you set your boundaries? Because unfortunately, there is the opposite end of that, of people who take advantage of that. So when I've in the past said you're too nice, I'm like, I want you to still look after yourself. But I think it's an amazing thing when you can encourage people, even as you guys are saying, you do one post for the day and it really resonated with somebody and it made a difference. It took me 2 seconds to post that. So definitely what you put out there can put an impact. And I think you're both beautiful and you are very nice. I'll never say that to you again, Citra.
Oh,
but...
I'm not. I am not nice. I'm one of the meanest, most crankiest old ladies you'll ever find. Get off my lawn.
Yes,
Mark. Migs, I'm not a bright light. It's the torch. It's the torch. It's not me. And I've probably got it red and set with like a Batman signal, hoping for Robert Pattinson to come flying in. No, anyway, Mark.
Yes.
Inspirational words. Can you, I mean, and I know that we've, as Kaya mentioned before, everyone on this panel, and I know a lot of people in the main feed at the moment too, that I'm a bright torch. As long as I'm not one of those, like, what are they called? The ones that, the pitchfork and the what are they called? The light when they're going to kill the witch or something.
Torch.
Is it a torch? Is that what it's?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I don't want to be. It's probably more likely to be me. Yes. Oh my God. Mark,
you could be the lighter. You could be the, like, how everyone used to pull the lighter out at concerts.
That's
and
me.
Back and forth.
That's me.
Yeah, there you go. That's totally you.
I'm the big lighter. Yeah.
Big lighter, baby.
Now, as Kaya mentioned before, this panel, we've all had our battles or continue to still have our battles. And I know a lot of the people in the main feed, have our battles too. Where do you find, like, are you inspired and uplifted by other people's words that you see when you're having a particularly darkened moment?
I can't.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
Well, who's
No,
that
go
for?
ahead.
Mark,
I tuned out.
Mark?
Oh, okay.
That IPA's gone to his head.
I am here. I promise. You know what? I think I can be inspired by what other people, but here's my thing with social media, right? And I think it has a valid place what everybody's doing with the positivity. If it's genuine, like everyone here is saying, then I think it has a lot of power. What I have a hard time with is when it's not genuine, or when people are putting up the pretense of, look at me, look at my happy life, look at everything's great. And that I have a challenge with. So I've kind of challenged myself when I post on social media to show more the real side without oversharing, but like, hey, you know what? We all have these kind of struggles. We all have these days where this is tough. But you know what? Also counterbalance that with, today was a great day and this wonderful thing happened and these people in my life are wonderful and these kinds of things. So I think just trying to be more real.
The authentic person.
Because more authentic.
I mean, I saw a meme earlier today. I actually nearly screenshotted it and put it up before the show, and it was, and I didn't screenshot it, so I don't freaked if I know where it is now. But it said, "We're the saddest world with the happiest photos," and it resonated with me that so many people are living through a fake persona that they're putting up on their social media platforms and whatever else, between filters and everything else that we chuck around, we're losing the authentic self that we have. And while and you're exactly, you're so true, all three of you are so true in the fact that niceness is wonderful as long as the intention is correct, if it's authentic, if it's genuine. If you're being patronizing, I mean, there's a very fine line before it jumps to a patronizing tinge to it. Then it becomes, I guess, more of a toxic nature. And the problem is, Jami, I want to know if this has ever happened to you. The problem is that I can put out something and think that it's not that, and it can be interpreted in a completely different way by somebody else, depending on what they're going through in their life at that exact moment in time. So what I haven't put out thinking is, I put out something nice thinking I'm trying to create a light beam for somebody, or just, pardon me, generally, and somebody takes it as a toxic positivity. Jami, have you ever had that?
Yes, I have actually. I have had that happen to me before, and I try to choose my words very wisely. Um, and I've taken posts down before because somebody thought that maybe it was toxic positivity. But I mean, I'm still growing too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going through this journey just like somebody else is going through this journey. You know what I mean? So like, I've done wrong. I've posted things that somebody might have thought that was offensive, but I didn't mean for it to be, or, um, so like, I've tried to post to suicide prevention often, and I've had a lot of people, mainly people that are considering suicide. They're the ones that come back at me with some of these like negative positivity and stuff like that. So um, I invite them to talk to me in a DM so that way I could try to, work it out so that they know that I didn't mean it that way. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm human. I make mistakes. I didn't go into this thinking that I knew everything, because I don't. I just wanted, basically, if I could hug everybody and fix their brokenness, I would, but I can't do that, and I'm not going to resonate with everybody. And so over time, I've realized that I might not be for you, and that's okay. I understand. I want your mental health to be um, preserved. And if your mental health is not preserved by following me, then I want you to, your self-preservation is more important than you following me. You know what I'm saying? Or if something something that I write doesn't resonate with you, then to me, I would feel better for you not to follow me if that's the case. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I don't want to further I wouldn't want somebody to feel a certain way because they're following me in any way. This is my journey. You have your journey. Maybe our journeys could meet up somehow, but if they don't, I completely understand. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not for everybody. I know that.
You're for me, Jamie.
You're fast, Jamie.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I just
I
think
know.
you're
I know.
inspirational on all levels. What's Mark?
I was just going to say I completely related to what Jamie was saying. It's like sometimes I know I'm going to try and be real. I'm going to put out there what I'm going to put out there, and people are going to take it how they're going to take it. And if somebody needs to block me for their mental health,
Yeah.
I don't intentionally seek that out. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do, and I don't have a problem with that at all. Now,
Okay, but hang on.
Side,
sorry, go on. I've got a question. Go on.
I would say on the flip side, if somebody needs some MB, then follow me. Okay?
Why did that sound so seedy?
I don't know, but my mind went dirty with that one. Something fierce.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, come on.
We're being propositions here,
All right,
live.
Quick. Now, just on that, I'm really, really intrigued with how you guys are going to answer this question. Okay, now I've seen there's been some stuff going on Twitter lately. Now, that exact point Mark and Jamie both made it, and I think Kai would be in agreement in the fact that if I'm not for you, don't follow me. I don't take offense. I don't, whatever, you don't like my stuff, block me, mute me, unfollow me, whatever. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not here for the numbers. I'm here for the engagement. Now, you do agree with that, Kai, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Just checking.
So I was reading Sir's comment, and I was like, oh, you caught me off guard, yes.
He can, I'm not. No porn stashes. I'm focused on something. I'm focused on something. No boom chicka wah wah.
Focus.
Now, there was a case recently. I'm not mentioning any names, so don't, I'm not putting that out there. But there was a case recently that I witnessed where somebody had said, hey, that exact thing. If you don't like what I'm talking about, block me. If you don't like what I'm talking about, unfollow me, etc., right? So when this other person did unfollow or block or whatever the case may be, as I said, I'm trying to keep this very, very evasive, that they then screenshotted the block and put it up going, oh, this person is, blah, 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 accusing them of being against their views because they blocked them. Now that's shit. That is shit, because as you said, we all have the right to like, love, stalk in a healthy fashion. As Mark said, none of this creepy shit. Unless it's me, in which case I'm allowed to totally creep. We're also allowed to unfollow. We're also allowed to mute. We're also allowed to block. If we don't like it, we're allowed to do that without somebody accusing us of being anti whatever their propaganda might have been.
Absolutely.
Which I thought it was a harsh, when I was watching it, I literally was sitting there at my screen with my mouth agape just going, oh my God. So now I hold this fear now. Okay, I'm not logical most times. People know this. But I hold this fear now that if I go and block somebody for my own mental health, for my own factor of like, I cannot deal with your level of whatever, will they screenshot me blocking them and say, oh, well, this person is now a bigot or a racist or whatever the fate. And I mean, these were the words that were being thrown around. Kaya, what is your opinion on this?
I'm so done with this shit. Like, and I mean that in the kindest way. I don't have time for high school shit.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
when it comes to, and this happens everywhere, like I'm not as prominent on Twitter, I'm more on like Instagram and Facebook and that, and this stuff comes up all the time. There's so much drama in the industry, and I personally find out about it like 6 months later, and of course, because I'm just like, they did what? I don't care.
No.
They have nothing to do with me. I don't want to see screenshots. And I don't understand why people take the time out of their life to try and put somebody else down because they have a different opinion.
Exactly.
I just think it reflects on them more than anything. But the thing is people love this. You know, we're on social media all the time. So that's why it's so prominent on there, because people get behind, they're like, yeah, fuck that guy, fuck this. Sorry about my language. You can tell this is like one of my little peeves, my little soapbox operas. But I just think it's so self-destructive to one's career as well. If you don't have a good opinion, don't put it up. Like, if you think poorly of somebody else, don't put it up publicly. Talk to your best friend about it, but don't put that negativity out there, because it will reflect worse on you, you piece of shit. I'm sorry. I'm just like, it just irks me.
I think that's the first time I've seen you like whack that soapbox down and put both feet up on that soapbox, Kaya. I'm loving it. Mark, what's your opinion? Now, this is it. It is having to, okay, so while we are all fighting, and I mean, and this is every single one of us. It's not just this panel. It's just not the people in our gorgeous people in the forum at the moment, but we all fight battles internally. It's what, you know, I sincerely believe every human's fighting a battle inside their own head. Now, when you have to be presented with not only trying to fight our own battles and our own demons who don't leave us alone, that there's this level of grade 8 bullying that you have to combat with. And as you said, Kaya, it reflects on you. If you put this stuff up, or this particular person that screenshot and put this up, I literally instantly went, I will never, ever buy anything that you put out. Ever. I swear to God, never. It does not work. That the negativity, the games do not work. That's an attention thing you really don't need. What's your opinion, Mark?
Yeah, there's a lot of drama online. I think you have to make you have to understand what part you want to play in that. If it's not at all, you're going to completely avoid that, and that's where you want to be. I think that's certainly a valuable stance. I think there are things worth standing up for. There's a friend of mine online who it went beyond just plain, you know, drama online to where, you know, it got into their personal life where people knew where they lived and it got into their like real personal. And when you get into that territory, I just think there's been so many lines crossed when you get to that point that, I think it's worth speaking out, in my opinion, and this is just where I'm at, that there are lines, there are boundaries that people need to have some respect for, and even the platforms have tools to help us manage that, but honestly, I think they can do a better job. So I don't mind speaking out when I think it's something really worth speaking out about, but I think you got to be careful with that. I think you absolutely, like you ladies are saying, you can get in, they can pull you into every little drama, every little piece of whatever, and next thing you know, you're just shit posting all day long. It's like, I don't think I want it. That's what
people
I
agree.
are going to want to buy my books.
I agree. I absolutely agree that sometimes you have to stand up and have a say. I think, and I know Migs, you're familiar with this. I've been familiar with this. I've had it cross the boundaries into my personal life before, and it's one friggin' scary deal, that one. But I think if you are going to stand up and have a say, make sure you know what you're speaking about and make sure that you construct it carefully. Otherwise, the chance of you being dragged into a high school back of the toilet block punch-up is too high. So if you are ever going to stand up with this sort of stuff, just make sure that you think it out really carefully. What's your stand on that, Jami?
Well, to be honest, this is me, and I've had people, send me DMs saying that, I have a certain amount of followers, I should take a stance on certain things.
Oh, yes.
And this is my opinion. Nobody really comes to me for my opinion. People don't follow me. Maybe they follow me for a little bit of my opinion, but my opinion really doesn't matter. So like, I'm here to write poetry. I'm here to be friendly with the people, that I come in contact with. I don't want to be in any kind of drama. I don't want to be drugging into anything. So you'll see that I only post, things that I know are neutral, but I do that as preservation for myself. But also I don't want to be drugged into any kind of drama. Conflict is a trigger for me in my own mental health, and I don't like it. So in my opinion, nobody cares what I have a voice. I do have, opinions on certain aspects of, politics and, things that are going on in the world. I do have opinion, but my opinion is not valid on this site to me.
Yeah.
Because my opinion, I'm trying to sell a book. I'm trying to write poetry. I'm trying to help people choose life. I can't be drugged into those kind of things. I can't be drugged into any kind of negativity or anything like that, because that's not my purpose here. My purpose is not that. So if I'm just not going to be drugged into it, just because it's not why I'm here.
I love that. I've had that too, when people have gone, hey, you've got X amount of followers, you need to do this, you've got a bigger voice than me, and you're an influencer. God, I hate that word. You're an influencer. I said, of what? Of what?
Yes.
Bakery runs? Of bad jokes? What influence do you think I have? Nobody gives a shit about my opinion. No.
I'm an influencer of IPAs.
Yeah, IPA influencer.
Or I should be.
Look, I'm a punfluencer. Yes. Well, apparently, according to that tweet, I put up a tweet about not going, instead of a pub crawl, can we just, do the same thing but bakeries? That went off. That I will be an influencer for, because that involves donuts and pastries and coffee, and I will totally go on board with that one. Kyra, for the record, Kyra, I am planning one in a couple of weeks for a bakery, like a pub crawl, a bakery crawl, a roll run.
Oh my gosh,
I don't know. I'm trying to find the right
roll run.
a pastier patrol. I'm not sure. We're getting. It's happening, Kyra, and you're close enough. that we're going to do it. Coffee and bad carbs all day.
Yeah.
We'll go from like Noosa down to the Gold Coast. What? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Okay, it's on. All right. Now, quickly, Jami, your book, Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow. I'm going to just read the back of it for a minute. This book of poetry invites you to embrace hope through pain. Verses filled with grief, loss, love, and ultimately peace. The essence of my very being is intricately woven throughout these pages. Follow me for the mental health journey of the darkness and into the light. My wish is that you feel a sense of hope. Now take a deep breath. That's life, your life. It's precious and you are loved. Do you know how many times I hear you say you are loved, you are loved, you are loved? And do you know how many times I want to hear that from you, Jami? I tell you what, I love that you love me. Tell me you love me.
I do love you. And you know, I've read, actually, I've read a lot and did a lot of studies on using mantras and affirmations like you are loved, you matter, you are enough, you can do this, you're strong and able, your light shines brighter than the sun. And like you keep saying that over and over to people, and then maybe during their dark spot, maybe they'll remember it.
Yeah.
And that's my hope.
I do.
You keep saying it over and over.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I use the words, you are heard, you are valued, you are validated, you are listened to, because that's something that I've struggled a lot with, is being valued. So I tend to use those words to people, that I see you, I hear you, you matter.
Yes.
Because I think that's a lot of people miss out on that at the moment. It's a troubled world.
Yes.
All right. Now, so God, guys, just go and grab the book, Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow. The cover is gorgeous. The author is just stunning. The words will have you wrapped up and probably crying, with hope at the end of it. We play a game, Jami. This is the last time Kai's going to play this game with me. Oh my God. How do you feel? All right, so we play a game at the end of the podcast called, do you want to announce it, Kaya?
What, the book?
No, that's a podcast, you dick. Gosh.
What?
You're fired. You're fired. Booker feud. God, I gave you an opportunity and you just went, what ball? I have no, but all right, fine. It's like family.
Group chat again.
You're getting distracted with the boys. I'm loving it. It's like Family Feud, but for legality reasons, we call it Booker feud, because none of us want to end up in court. We have an actual question from Family Feud. I have 5 answers. It's been surveyed by 100 Americans. So as always, Kaya and I have no bearing on the ludicrousy of some of the answers that get put up there. That's all your side of the pond. Now, Jami, my darling, you need to choose a team. Are you going to go on Team Mark, or are you going to go on Team Kaya?
I'm going to pick Team Kaya because today's her last day, and I think she needs to be embraced.
Oh.
So I'm going to pick her.
I support
Gosh,
that.
I'm giving you the biggest hug ever, Jami. You're
All right, so Team Kaya and Jami, what name would you like? What team name would you like?
Kaya, what team name would you like?
What about Team Embrace, since we will embrace?
Oh, I love that. Okay, that's perfect.
Team Embrace. Perfect. Mark, what team name would you like? You have to go classy today. You can't go like Little Dick or something like we've done in other ones.
No. Why would you pick this as a name for me?
Hey, he chose it, Kaya, and another one. You weren't here that day. That wasn't me.
He shows what?
Little Dick. It wasn't.
No,
that was.
No. Listen.
What did I miss?
There's not enough beer to explain this to you, but let's just move on.
Yeah. Right. What team name would you like, Mark?
Okay, in honor of Jami, I'll be Team Sparrow.
Sparrow. I love it.
Yeah. So nice.
I love it. Team Sparrow and Team Embrace. There's nothing but love today.
Yes.
I'm loving it. All right. So first team in, or first person in with their team name gets to go first. Of course, those in the forum, any help that you want to throw up to the two teams, they will probably enjoy that today. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one, I will tell you that. All right.
So,
Name something. Name something in nature. I did choose this for Jamie because she loves nature so much that I wanted to give her the advantage. All right. Name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to.
sparrow.
Race.
Oh, Team Sparrow came in there hard and fast, hard and fast. All right, Mark. Name something in nature that you wouldn't
Yes.
want to cuddle up next to.
I'm going to say a cactus.
Oh, you came out solid with that one. Solid.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
It's number 4 on the list. Well done. Well done.
Hey.
Number 4 on the list, on the board, straight up. Okay, Team Embrace, Kaya and Jamie. Of course, you can confer before you give me your final answer. Name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to.
Kaya, how about a bear?
Oh my God, that was my thought. Yes. Imaginated heaven. Yes. Okay, we're on the same vibe.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, the final answer.
Bear. Top of the board, top of the list.
Oh.
Well done.
Wow. Impressive.
Although as an Australian, they look so damn cute though. I would totally want to snuggle one. They're so.
I'd probably risk it.
I would risk it. I would.
I'd be that dumb tourist.
I've seen those TikToks about those white women who aren't afraid of anything. I am one of those white women who aren't afraid of anything. I will take them on. No, they look so damn cute and furry and anyway, okay. Team Sparrow. No. Where am I? No, I'm back. Where am I? No. I'm back to Team Sparrow. Oh my God,
drinking some of that IPA.
I got totally confused with the bear. I want to hug a bear. No, I'm drinking a light and sparkling water. Water. So that hydrate myself.
Ooh.
I know.
Where's the coffee?
I've been there, done that. Name something, Team Sparrow. Mark, name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to. So far, we have cactus, which was number 4, and bear, which was number 1. Mig says any animal from Australia.
Oh, gosh. Pretty much. Oh, my gosh. That's the truth.
Hey, they're all right. They're all right. You can snuggle them. If you followed Kaya's thing, you would have seen her with the kangaroos the other day. She was totally snuggling with them.
Oh, fun.
Mark, name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to.
I'm going to go with my friend, Sir, over here. I'm going to say shark is a great answer. I'm going to go shark.
Ooh.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
Not on the list.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, that was...
It was sharp. It was on, wasn't it? Not on the list. Kangaroos are not vicious. Well, if you do the big reds, they are. Yes, they are very dangerous. The big reds, I guess. But no, they're kind of cute too. Team Embrace, Kaya and Jamie. Name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to.
What about an alligator?
Let's do it, Jamie. I feel positive about that, yes.
Is that your final answer?
An alligator, crocodile, yes.
Not on the list. No, not on the list. No crocs, no alligators. All right, back to Team Sparrow. Name something you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to in nature.
This is going to go along with the cactus theme of poking. I'm going to say it's probably not on the list.
Sorry?
Knock it off. Come back this way. Over here.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to say a porcupine.
Ooh.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's not on the list, but I'm going with it.
On the list, it's number 3. On the list.
That's actually a really good one.
Porcupine
It's
is
still
on
poking
the
action.
list. It's all about the big prick, isn't it? I love it. I love it. All right, Team Embrace. You're running behind. 2-1, 2-1. You need to catch up, Team Embrace. Name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to.
Jamie, what about snakes?
Oh, I was thinking that. Yeah, pick snake.
Oh
That's
my
perfect.
gosh, we really are the same person. Okay.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It's on the list. It's number 2. Snake. Yes. 2-all. 2-all. Tiebreaker situation. Tiebreaker situation. God, I love a tiebreaker. All right. So name something. Well, we have things that you wouldn't want to cuddle up to next in nature. Bear, snake, porcupine, and cactus. That is the 4 that we have so far. We have one more on the list. It is number 5. So it is not the highest of the ideas, but look, I've seen this, but it's not an Australian animal. There's your, you can't come in until I ask the question. So people, you have to wait. The clues are, it is not an Australian animal. It is an American animal. And I personally have seen some that have been petarized, and I would totally love to cuddle one. But in nature, possibly not. In somebody's living room because they've tamed it. Totally would love to cuddle it. All right. I will ask a question. First person in with their team name can have first crack at being today's winner of What the Book. Name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up next to.
Sparrow.
Embrace.
Oh, Sparrow got in first. Sorry, guys. Team Sparrow. What is your answer?
I don't feel good about this.
Good stuff.
I think they may have a chance to win. I'm going to say tiger, but I don't think that's an American animal. So
it is definitely an American animal. It is not. Make sure that the animal that you give me is American.
Oh, that it is American.
Yes.
What's more?
As in America, yes, sir.
What's more American than the rat? I mean, that really kind of sums so much up about our country.
Quick, I need an answer.
No laugh. Okay, rat.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Not on the list. Not on the list. Team Embrace. My darlings, you have the chance to embrace the win and be What the Book family, Booker feud. God, I nearly got myself caught up in a court seat there. No, Booker feud winners of today. Name something in nature that you wouldn't want to cuddle up to.
Jamie.
What about a cougar? What do you think?
I think that's a good answer, but I have also noticed that a couple of the boys have said raccoon in the group chat, and I think that's
okay. We can do. Let's do raccoon.
Are you sure? I'm sorry if it's wrong though.
No, it's okay. Let's do it.
I'm just watching the feed at the moment, and it's just flippin' funny.
No.
It's chaos in the feed.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
loving the feed. Loving the feed. I need a final answer, Team Embrace.
Shall we? Just because I think Central would want to cuddle up to a raccoon because they can't look like trash pandas. Okay, we're gonna.
Is that your final answer? Are you sure? Are you positive you're not looking at the feed correctly?
Skunk. We need to go with skunk. It has to be skunk.
Raccoon. I will say this.
I don't know. I think it might be skunk.
Raccoon is part of the bear family. I will point that out. I didn't realize that until a few years ago. It is, yeah.
See, I love bears. Bears are great. I need an answer, Team Embrace.
What do you think, Kaya?
Skunk.
I think skunk.
Yep, skunk. Whenever she starts doing stuff like that.
We're going to do skunk. How about skunk?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
You are today's winners. Congratulations. Yay. I like it now we got a raccoon skunk, a raccoon. And I'm like, oh, I can't say that when I'm drunk. That'd get me in trouble, wouldn't it? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, don't mispronounce that one.
that group chat are just phenomenal today. Thank you, guys. You just cracked me up.
You guys are great.
And we appreciate you guys being in here so much. It just makes such a difference for us. Congratulations, Kaya and Jamie, Team Embrace, winners of today's Booker Feud. Well done.
Oh, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Superstar.
Thank you.
Oh, the fun things you get involved in when you're on What the Book. I don't know. Debates about American animals you do not want to hug up against. Look, I've seen those little pet skunks, like the ones that have all been decentered, and I think that's probably against animal rights and all that sort of thing. But damn, they're cute. They're really, really cute.
Cute.
Ah, well, Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow for those playing at home. Book is, that is Jami Lyne Kellet's book. Go grab it, stalk her, follow her for inspiration. And when you're, perhaps maybe when you're feeling dark, read her stuff and it may lift you up to where you need to be again. Thank you so much for being here, Jami. You've been an amazing guest.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you all.
And of course, Kaya. Now we get to the sad part, my darling.
Nervous laughter.
Now, for those who weren't following, Kaya Carrington Russell has decided to turn her back on What the Book, to walk away from a home that has embraced her for a year and a half with their bosom of love. She has decided to detach and walk, leaving me bereft of all intimate girl time. Just saying.
If you can see my face, my jaw is practicing that one.
No.
My town has burnt to the ground.
She's always going to be part of the family. Come on.
No, that's it now. You shut the door. Fuck off. Done. No.
I'm that's been like, there's your shit, get out.
That's it.
That's why
here's $20 and a bus ticket.
I can never leave.
Off you go.
I can never leave.
That's it. You can't leave me. No, Kaya, look, it's been a glorious year and a half that you've been a host on What the Book. You're one of my bestest ever ride or die, hump your leg girls. And I can't thank you enough for spending a year and a half of your precious time with What the Book and entertaining our bullshit, pretty much. We call it how it is, Jamie. We call it how it is, you know. It's just what it is. We're honest and authentic on this show.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Kaya. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I do hope you come back and visit us. I've booked her in bookers for next year to come back as a guest so we can harass her as a guest and find out where the hell she's up to and what she's doing. And I hope you come back and visit us and lollygag around.
You know I will, and I want to say a big thank you to, oh my gosh, my voice has started wobbling, fuck my life. I am a strong, independent woman.
Strong, independent woman?
Strong, independent woman. So, do you like how both of you and me are just extra, so we do not cry right now?
We're not crying.
We don't cry. I'm so grateful though for being on this show. Like, it is such an amazing community. It's always so much fun, and every week we have met outstanding people, and I've made so many friends through this as well. So, especially to those who are in the group chat, you know, you guys know who you are. I adore all of you. So, thank you for putting up with my bullshit and my ditzy moments and my millennial timing. On most things, and yeah, I love you guys, and of course this is bittersweet, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be around, and I can't wait to see how much success everyone has. I'm still following your journey, so thank you for having me. I love you guys.
Well, if you don't come back, then we just have to get the handcuffs out and we'll just come hunt you down, and you know.
Oh my goodness!
I know what you like.
Punishment.
I know what you like. Yeah, no. So sincerely, thank you. We love you. You're not ever going. You'll just see you later. Not goodbye. Never a goodbye. We'll just check you later. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think if we check the scoreboard, maybe we tied up because she won this one. If she hadn't won this one, I think I would have gone down as the big winner. But just going to say, I think maybe we're going out.
No, she lost on the percentage factor. No, she's still down. Fair enough. I'm not giving her that. I'm not giving her the glory. No.
Listen.
She's not going to be that nice to me.
No.
I don't
Jesus.
like many millennials, but
No.
it's all right.
Oh, look.
I know. Do you know it was on this show that I discovered?
I know you didn't know you were a millennial.
Millennial shit.
Oh my God.
Until you guys told me that I was.
Oh.
It was a shocking moment.
Right. All right. Kaya, see you later. Never goodbye. Thank you for the year and a half. We'll check in all the time. Mark, we'll see you. No, we won't see you next week. You're not on next week. You get to miss out. Next week, bookers, we have a new co-host coming to not replace Kaya, but she's certainly going to keep her seat. Well, Kaya's seat is warm. She's going to keep it spicy and feisty, and I can't wait to see what the new host will be doing next week. And from that point on, I will make that announcement later this afternoon. So stay tuned to see who takes the third seat. Who is the third seat? I feel real sorry for Mark. I do. I'm just going to get hammered.
You're so screwed,
it's certainly going to be hammered. And it's funny when I told Kaya who it was, and she was just saying things. It was just like, oh yeah, that'll work well. All right.
Goodbye, Mark. Nice knowing you.
Love you, Kaya. See you later. Never goodbye. Kaya. Love you, Mark. See you next week. Of course, the book, Jami, you're my gorgeous girl. Scribbles of a Broken Sparrow. Check her out, bookers. Thank you for being here. You are amazing. Thank you to all of the people in our forum at the moment, you guys. Just adore you. I'm sending you all squishy cuddles and smooches just because you're all so beautiful. We will see you all again next week. Same podcast time, same podcast channel, different podcast host. Oh, bittersweet, but let's see how we go. Yeah. Till next week, guys. Yeah. Thank you for now. Love you. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.